Welcome to Rugby Saturday Southwest. I'm your host, Aaron Rivera, and today I'm joined by Andrew Burlingame, a assistant coach for the Rio Rancho Rebels. And Andrew, thank you for joining us today.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Well, let's go ahead and start. Tell us a little bit about your background in rugby, how you got into coaching, and how you got to where you are today.
So I first got started 2011 was my junior year, and I found out Rio Rancho was having a rugby team. I played soccer my whole life. I got cut that year.
Oh man!
So I was looking for something else to kind of stay active. I always wanted to run and just fell in love with it, like first practice and everything. And then that next year is my senior year. We came back to win the title and went to UNM. Some things came up that I had to leave that program, and been kind of just traveling ever since with either sevens tournaments or if the Aardvarks needed a guy or something like that, I'd run in with them and everything. And now coaching was something I've always had in the back of my mind, and now just decided to put it to action.
Excellent. So you work with what part of the Rio Rancho Rebels program?
I'll work with Bracken with the high school boys, like when we're at the practices and everything, but mainly the U13 middle school contact is right where they throw me at, so I feed them off into them and everything.
Okay, so working with some of the kids for developmental purposes.
Right.
Well, excellent. So one thing we've never talked about here on the show, what do you have to do to get your coaching certification? Because you mentioned earlier on, when we were talking that you're level 200 coaching. So what did you have to do to get that certification?
So to get level 200 certification, you had to take, I think it was about an 8-hour course. And we went there and we learned different ways as to how to tell people, like, demonstrate tackling, better ways, how not everyone learns the exact same way and everything. Any parents or anyone like that, if they wanted to help out, there's level 100 certified, which you can, all those classes are done online, and then ask your coach, he'll email it to you, and you can help us out. Any chance that we get would be really helpful, because if the club's any size of Rio Rancho, there's high school going on one here, girls over here, youth over here, and then the little ones on the other end, and it's organized chaos.
Big family as well. So let's go ahead and skip straight to this last weekend. The Rebels played the Owls, and it was a big match, the final one of the season for Rio Rancho. You guys won 26-5, I believe. So go ahead and tell us, how did you guys beat the Owls this week?
From what I saw, it was a very hard game, very high collision and everything. Technical aspect, I think, is how we did. And Cibola came out and did a very smash mouth, in your face, hit the ball with everything you got kind of style. And we anticipated that, and we had them at practice going through some plays on if somebody does blitz up against you, what to do. And then I think ultimately fitness as well probably helped us out. One of the head coaches always makes them do sprints at the end of practice, and they're seeing that it pays off.
Yeah, we could hear from the sideline a lot of the girls team, the Royals, were yelling, "You're going to do sprints this weekend." Yeah. So obviously keeping them in shape. And so the way, for you folks who haven't seen it, the way the game shook up, the first half was a brutal war of attrition. 5 points were scored for the Rebels. That was Vinny Palmieri who scored that. And then after that, the game kind of opened up in the second half with both teams getting some points. But, with that game, you guys beat the likely first seed for the tournament. How is that going to help you guys moving into the high school tournament next weekend?
I think that's going to give them confidence. I know at the beginning of the season, our first game was La Cueva, and they're never an easy team to beat. And they beat us first game out of the season. So as defending champs, they took that to heart, and they put in the work, and they want to put Rio Rancho again on the title.
Yeah. So you mentioned the fact that you guys are the defending champions right now. Who do you think are the most likely to maybe challenge you, push you for that cup?
With the way the game went, Cibola right now is looking as probably going to be the biggest competition. And then, of course, you can never count out the La Cueva Bears. They always somehow manage to just shake things up every once in a while.
Absolutely. They've been in the championships every single year so far of their existence. Very tough team. What's your favorite part about coaching rugby?
Honestly, like with coaching the youth, I teach them a couple of things that I learned or that I wish I would have taught that I didn't have to learn the hard way, and I see them execute it, and I'm like, they listen. That's really cool. I know my old coach when I first started playing, I'm now coaching his son.
Yeah.
So to see that take part and kind of loop back around the impact that he had on me, to where now that I'm coaching one of his own, that I'm like, hopefully I can have the same impact on them. Like,
absolutely,
I learned so much.
To be able to cycle that around is really exciting. Andrew, I know you guys have this week off. Are the kids going to be getting a break this week, or are they going to be working hard to prepare for the tournament?
Practice, they're probably going to be working hard and everything. We may give them a break on Sunday. We may tell them show up to do some touch, like just light workout, just keep them in shape and all that. But other than that, they set the bar. They told us that they want to defend this title, so us as the coaches are going to hold them to that standard.
That's good, and I'm sure Coach Bracken's been very big about it. So any last things you want to tell people about yourself, about the Rebels, anything?
Just come out. We appreciate support. We appreciate the cheering. No matter what happens, stick around, socials and everything like that. Those are always fun to just watch how the kids interact after they just kind of swapped blood or something like that. So.
Well, Andrew, thank you so much for coming on. Folks, you can see the Rio Rancho Rebels in the state high school tournament, not this weekend, but next weekend in Santa Fe. And then the following weekend will be the state championships at Balloon Fiesta Park. Stick around, though. We're going to talk a little bit more rugby in just a moment.
That's well hit. And it is gone. A solo homer for Jack White. No doubt about it. I think it's part of a 2-run homer for White. Scores Monk ahead of him.
Here's a grounder. Schilling makes the grab. He scooped that up. Play over to first as Elmer got him. Hayden.
That's up the middle. They're going to go to second for 1. They've turned to first for 2. It's a double play. Fastball pulled down the line at third. A nice play by Valdez. Can he get up and get him? He does. Put a star on that one. What a play at third base by Valdez. Here's the 2-strike offering. Well, hit to center. Ibarra going back. Still going. Yeah, settle under it. The catch. Tag. We're going to have a throw at third. He's out by a mile at third base.
Latari, look at the grab. Rodriguez says, give me that. This blasted to right field, diving to make the grab. Look at that play. Tag up to
The reliever to trade outs for runs here in the game. That's well hit into left, and it is gone. Grand slam home run for Jack White. His second long ball of the game, no doubt about it.
Don't forget, every Proview Network sporting event is on sale at our DVD store. Go to www.proviewNetworks.com to buy your DVD today.
Hey, I'm AJ Bramlett.
And I'm Kevin Banks.
And you got the juice.
Adam Smile. Oh, are you sure that was good? Here you go. I'm gonna pass it. I'm gonna pass it. I'm gonna pass it. Grab that.
Oh.
Grab that.
I am never getting married. Never. Guaranteed.
You picked a beautiful ring.
Thank you. We're never having kids.
I love it here.
We are never moving to the suburbs. We are never getting one of those. We're never having another kid.
I'm pregnant.
I'm never letting go.
For all the nevers in life, talk to State Farm agent Michelle Rudolph or Marty Size in Albuquerque.
Visit the Frontier Restaurant. Due to heavy construction on Central, take lead or coal coming north or south. The Frontier Restaurant. Get your Frontier fix on.
Welcome back, folks, to Rugby Saturday. In case you missed this last Saturday at Balloon Fiesta Park, we have some clips from the Rio Rancho and Cibola game, the El Paso and Junior Aardvarks game, as well as the Rio Rancho Royals and the Pumas.
Get up there!
Come on! There you go, go! Oh. There's a lot going on. Let's go, Miles! Why were you holding it like this? That's the way. Don't even question Miles, dude. The way he plays is great. I can do those things. Let's go, Manny! Yeah, I thought she was saying thank you to me. I was like, oh. Go! Go! Let's go, Miles! There you go, Junior. There you go, Junior. There you go, Junior. Hey! That was a high.
Well, that was the action from Balloon Fiesta Park this last weekend, folks. Stick around. We're going to talk about the club playoffs in just a moment.
Terry Cosper Insurance Agency is a proud partner with Proview Networks and a proud supporter of New Mexico high school athletics. Terry's been a local farmer's agent for over 20 years for auto, home, life, and business insurance. Just like high school sports are important, so are teen drivers. For more information, call Terry or one of his licensed staff members at 898-5556. Quotes are available for you. Gecko's Bar and Tapas, a proud supporter of Proview Networks. It's been a fan favorite spot for food lovers and sports fans. With not one, but two great locations, including outdoor patio, an atmosphere you won't want to miss. Gecko's, off Academy and in Nob Hill.
Now there's an easier way to find deals at great New Mexico restaurants. DineNM.com. Just use your smartphone. Go to the site, download the app. No purchase or printer necessary. DineNM.com. The easiest way to save money when dining out.
Hey, the juice is coming right at you.
Focusing on everything on and off the court. Life, music, fashion.
Music? Really?
Do you got the juice?
Do you have the juice?
The Barley Room, proud sponsor of Proview Networks for over 9 years, is pleased to introduce Black Iron Catering. From weddings and family reunions to birthdays and office parties, Black Iron Catering is perfect for any event. Contact Jamie at 505-459-8259 and book your event today. Black Iron Catering. Let us bring our kitchen to you.
Welcome back, folks. I'm now joined by Marty Watts, former Aardvark. And Marty, the Arizona and Rio Grande playoffs were this last weekend, and Rio Grande had a pretty good weekend.
Oh yeah, for the last couple of years, in the New Mexico is the Rio Grande Rugby Union, including El Paso, and they combined the two unions, the Arizona Rugby Union and the Rio Grande, and for the last 4 years, we've been having playoffs. The winners of the Arizona division would play our division. And for the last 3 years, it's been pretty much dominated by Arizona. The first year, the Aardvarks won and went on and came very close to the Final Four. But this year, they regulated all the teams in the Rio Grande to Division III.
Yeah.
And so it made it really competitive. And this year, Santa Fe won our division by a half game over the Aardvarks. And then we went on to Phoenix last week, and the Aardvarks played the #1 seed, the Tucson Magpies, and we pretty much dominated them, 32-22. And then the second game, the Santa Fe Santos, who hasn't been to the playoffs for a long time, played the Phoenix Rugby Club and just dominated them. I think they won 45-13. And so it was an all New Mexico final last Sunday, and we called it the Duel of the Desert. That was, and it was a great first half. The Aardvarks were up by 13-10. They started out the second half. They have a couple easy penalty kicks they didn't make, and then all of a sudden Santa Fe hit a 40-yard penalty kick and just gave them momentum. And they just really put it on to the Aardvarks at the last 20 minutes of the game, and they won 30-18. So we want to congratulate the Santa Fe Santos for a job well done. 3 cheers for them. Now they go to San Diego May the 6th, and they're going to be playing the winner of the Southern California Division III. And right now, this coming weekend, Orange County Rugby Club is playing the Riverside. The winner of that game is going to play Santa Fe on Saturday, May the 6th. Now whoever wins that game goes to the Western Playoffs on May the 20th and 21st. And Rugby Saturday Southwest, partnering up with the rugbychannel.tv. It's not finalized, but there's a good chance we're going to broadcast those games in Tucson at the Keno Sports Complex. So congratulations to the Aardvarks, but for Santa Fe, for a town of 75,000, and they have a hard time getting a lot of players. They really played great, so we cheer them on. And so and then you've got some results on some of the other divisions.
Well, so the Ravens, Orange County, they got there by beating the Dead Rabbits Rugby out of California. Love that name. That's pretty
Dead
funny.
Rabbits.
And the little logo's got the California flag with a rabbit on it. And Riverside beat the Beaumont Blue Hawks. Then in Division II, the Ventura County Outlaws are going to be playing the Las Vegas Irish. The winner of that's going to be taking on Red Mountain from Arizona.
Arizona, New Mexico Union.
Combined, but that's D2, and Red Mountain was able to take it last year, and I believe they got beat by Ventura County. Then in Division I, Old Mission Beach is going to be playing Beaumont Shore for the Division I representation. They beat the Old Aztecs, Beaumont Shore, and Old Mission beat Santa Monica. Now on the women's side for the Pacific South, Santa Monica and Tempe are going to be playing this weekend to decide who's going on for Division 1, and then Division 2, Old Pueblo was able to beat Ventura County, who went last year to the playoffs, and then Pasadena beat the Las Vegas Slots. So those two teams, Pasadena and Old Pueblo Lightning, they're going to be playing to see who goes to Keno.
Now, Tempe men's team last year won the Division II national championship.
Yeah.
So they put them up to Division I, but they had to go up against On Back and all those other West Coast
Old Mission
teams
Beach D1
and all that. So they did all right. They made it to the quarterfinals, but that just shows you how tough it is to go from Division II to Division I. But you know, so we want to say Tempe's a great team.
Yeah.
Hopefully, and they are our representative in Division I in the Rio Grande, Arizona Union, and we wish the best.
It's a tough division for them to play in. You know, they were playing against a lot of teams that go every year to that Final Four or Final 8 in the playoffs.
Well, you know, the problem we have is that the Aardvarks has played at Division II for a long time, but some years we don't have the talent to play Division II at the higher level. And then and this year we had a very young team, and so maybe it's fitting that we're in Division III. But I mean, I got to believe that we could give Red Mountain a game, but Red Mountain's probably the better team. But the key of rugby is recruiting good players. And of course, the problem with Division III, if you get great players, they want to move on and play for a Division II team. Now, hey, for the last couple minutes here, I want to talk about, we lost a person in our rugby world here in Albuquerque named George Carroll. And there's this picture up there. George started playing for the Aardvarks back in 1975.
Mm-hmm.
And he started out with the Nomads in 74. We used to have an Air Force team. And then they merged with the Albuquerque Aardvarks. But George has been a patron, a loyal rugby guy. He played rugby for almost 17 years. He played more rugby games for the Aardvarks next to Demetrio Cotterell. He's been the most I've never seen a player play as many games he did. And then he's been a big supporter of the Rio Grande Union. He helped people out. There was times when guys needed money for their car payments and mortgages. George always helped out. He was a great supporter. He would go on the road to all the games we played, all the playoffs. Everywhere he went, there was George Carroll, and he was 73. He died of leukemia, and he died a couple of weeks ago. We had his memorial on Monday, and I just want to say that what a great life he had, and we're going to miss you a lot, George Carroll, the commander.
Well, our condolences to George's family. And folks, we're going to finish up today with an interview with our Player of the Week, Vinny Palmieri of the Rio Rancho Rebels. Thanks, folks, for joining us. I'm joined by Vinny Palmieri of the Rio Rancho Rebels. They won today 26-5 over the Cibola Owls. And Vinny, what helped you guys to get over the line today?
We came in knowing that they were first in state, or first in the teams right now. And we came in playing some teams from out of town, and we just came in ready to go. We knew they have big guys, and we were lacking some big guys, but they were all ready to hit.
Well, you had 2 tries today. You had the only points in the first half and then the final points of the game. What leads you to push through and bowl through? You definitely a tough runner to take down. How did you learn to do that?
I don't know. I didn't really learn how. It just kind of comes naturally to me.
And as you mentioned, they were first in state. We'll get the final rankings after today. Are you excited for the upcoming playoffs? Do you think this will help propel you guys up to that to repeat?
I think so. Now that everyone's seen what we have as a team, I think it puts a little fear into them, and I know it boosts our confidence a little bit.
And is there anything that kind of drives you up, since you guys are the defending champions right now?
No, we take it practice by practice, day by day, and just make sure we're getting ready for the games.
Well, Vinny, thank you so much for joining me. Congratulations on your win today.
Thank you.